of male citizens, they are taking care of the old, they are taking care of the children, they are doing household chores, they are working in the field, they are working in the factory, they are working as cutpiece workers, but nowhere they are safe. Women are harassed, women are tortured, women are pulled here, women are abused, women are slapped, women are even punched by male citizens, mostly almost everywhere in the world. This is the scenario in the world. But we are saying that 50% population are women. They are our mothers, they are our sisters, they are our girls. But why will we give them pain? Why should we oppress them? Why should we suppress them? Why should we torture them? Why should we give them pain? This is bad and it should be stopped immediately. Right. If you see that women's, I am just telling a simple record that says that gender equality index, that says that the United States of America is the strongest country, economically most powerful country. They are having only 57% women labor force, right, while their male labor force participation is 69. So you see there is difference. If you find China second largest economy with, but there is difference, 54% female participants are there, while the male participation is 75%, 75.6. In this way, if you see that Japan is also there, 56.4% female, while male workforce participation is 66.7. Similarly, in India, it is more than double. 35.1% female work in the labor force, while men's participation is 76.4. In this way, you will find nowhere in the world there is parity. There is no parity in the labor force participation of male and women. Right, and even if you see that maternal mortality rate, that is also there is discrimination. I mean, maybe in the United States of America it is 21, and but in this way you will find that that there is difference between India and America and in the USA and Canada, and in this way difference is always there, you know, and seats in parliament. In parliament, only 29% women are there in the United States of American Congress. If you see that in China, it is 26.5, while in Germany, it is 35.2, while in Japan, it is 15.2. Similarly, in India, it is 14.8. So this is the scenario in the world. Why? If women hold 50% population in the world, why this type of gender discrimination will prevail in the world? You see, if you take education and income, you will find that India's challenge mean year of schooling is 55.8 years for female, while it is 8 years for male. So per capita income here in India is only 4,543, while for males it is 13,275. But if you compare between the two democracies, one, India is the largest democracy, while the United States of America is the largest democracy is the world oldest democracy. So when you compare between the largest and oldest democracies in the world, you will find that the oldest democracy, that is United States of America, their mean years is 14 years for female. On the other hand, it is for 13.8 years for male. Per capita income is for female is $60,085 for female. On the other hand, in the United States of America, the male citizens of the USA earn $87,081. So just imagine, do you know how much it is the difference? 13 times difference between India and the United States of America, and it is very shocking, and it is very shabby, and it is very pathetic, right? So global pattern, men's earning consistently exceed women's everywhere in the world. Income inequality persists across all development levels from high to low HDI countries. So this is normal, this is the scenario in the world. And if you see, in this way, I find that everywhere in the world, in every sphere, women are being discriminated, and women are suffering in the hands of male citizens particularly, right? Stumbling blocks. What are the stumbling blocks? Structural barriers are there, and a violent conflict is there, and you will find cultural resistance is there, and economic exclusion is there, and there are lack of firm policies, firm government policies, all right? So out of structural barriers, gender discrimination embedded in economic and social structure, wide gaps in power and resources, impose chronic constraints on women's rights progress, violence and conflict, war and conflicts, exacerbate poverty and inequality. Women face rape, violence, displacement, and poverty in conflict zones. Despite violence deters freedom of speech and movement, cultural resistance, patriarchal social norms everywhere. Whatever you may say, that yes, you are enjoying equal power, you are going to the moon, you are now driving cars, heavy cars, you are now working as pilots, you are now working as scientists, doctors, engineers, lawyers. But what's the matter? But whatever it may be, you are facing challenges, you are facing discrimination and even harassment within the office, on the road, even in the house. All right. So stereotypes are there, gender stereotypes are the lack of expertise in public administration, men reluctant to share power despite sharing everything else. Economic exclusion is there, women confined to precarious jobs, household chores and family forms without remuneration, lack of quality education, training and skills force women to go in subordinate position, okay? And policy failures, definitely lack of government funds, inadequate policy formulation and weak implementation. Official development assistance in gender equality declined from 45 to 42%. So while it was supposed to be more, or it was supposed to grow, but instead of increasing more, it is just decreasing. In my when I undertook a study in 2015 and 2017 in 3 states of India. One is Tamil Nadu, that was headed by a woman chief minister. In West Bengal, that was here in Mamata Banerjee is the chief minister, and in Rajasthan there were Vasundhara Raje, Scindia. So those are the 3 women-headed states. But I have seen that in all the 3 states, women's position is lower than men. Women office bearer who was an elected woman representative, in her place, his husband was sitting. In her chair, her husband was sitting. And women's lack of knowledge is too much. They have very little knowledge. Most of the women I am talking about, they have most of the women have lack of knowledge, lack of economic self-sufficiency and economic independence, and they have very little skills. And women office bearers and women political representatives mainly suffer from security. Even in the office, most people are male. Even their security guards are even male citizens. So when they go out of in another district to for a meeting, for some meetings or some other reasons, when they come back in the evening, their husbands and their family members are worried about their children, about their wives. So that is a genuine problem. That is a genuine problem. I say that. Okay, so I am not giving suggestion. I am just going to give you ladder. So right. So women's skill development is very much important nowadays, and many stumbling blocks are there because women and girls, they take care of their children. They are the girls, even school going girls are taking care of their young siblings. So they cannot go to school, they cannot take political engagement in political activities, they cannot participate in social activities, they cannot go out for shopping. Women alone or girls alone cannot go out their home for shopping, for even purchasing their own personal or own clothes. They cannot buy, even they cannot buy their inners. they had to go with their male male guardians. So this is the situation across the world, right? So if you see that the Beijing Declaration legacy 2025 marks the 30th anniversary of Beijing Declaration and platform for action. Since 1995, 1,531 legal reforms advanced gender equality worldwide, yet women still have only 64% of men's legal rights. You see, in 1995, Beijing Declaration adopted and full realization of human rights and fundamental freedoms for all women, essentially for empowerment. 2015, Sustainable Development Goals established and gender equality, SDG number 5, identified as key component for all 17 goals. And in 2025, this year, it is very significant year of women's empowerment, 30 years review of Beijing Declaration. Okay, so progress made, but number SDG 5 target met or almost met. 300 years needed to end child marriage at current rate. 300 years. You see, 300 years will be needed to control or to curb or to finish this child marriage. Still many young girls, I see, I am the headmaster of a school, and I see that many young girls at the age of 6, at the age of 12, 13, 14, they are getting married. And in every vacation, after every vacation, I find that some girls are missing. I asked my other students that mine is a co-education school, and where both boys and girls study together. Okay, so the girls are missing because they are going out of their home, they are eloping with their boyfriends, and this is the situation in the world. And next, I would say that pathways of empowerment. Always I say that education is the panacea for all ailments, right? So education, and now it is skill development. Both education and skill development are the two components or pathways for women's empowerment. Okay, and I always, after our our president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says, the STEM, science, technology, engineering and management, these things, these four subjects to be taught to our students across the world, then our world will be a beautiful place for our children and our grandchildren, right? So technical training, STEM subjects, entrepreneurship programs, education, and I say that yes, education is the panacea for ignorance, superstition and disempowerment, right? So education should be given importance. India government should also spend at least 6% of its GDP, and almost all the countries, where except some Nordic countries, I say that in the countries of Africa, countries in Asia, countries in in South America also spend more for women's empowerment, right? And everybody should spend, but I particularly am talking about research and development and education. Particularly, they should emphasize, or they should promote STEM subjects, right? Science, technology, engineering and management, right? Economic power, business training, job opportunities, financial support for entrepreneurs. It should be given. Otherwise, how women will come forward? Where women will get money if you do not pay? If you do not give them as loan, you have to pay. Government will have to pay money as loan, right? So economic empowerment is necessary. Without economic empowerment, all other empowerments are useless. So if you do not have economic empowerment, then you are not being able to make any political decision, neither at your home, not in office, not in society. You may give decision, but your decision will not be accepted. You will not be accepted if you are not economically empowered and if you are not economically stronger, right? So that is why I say that every woman, every girl should earn money, right? So next, political voice, equal participation in decision making from local to national levels, and gender quotas and representation in all government bodies. I told that male citizens in the world are ready to give everything. they will give you ornaments, they will give you land, they will give you money, they will give you everything except power. They are not ready to leave their chair, otherwise they will give everything, chair or power, right? So political power, mainly male citizens in the world are standing in the way of women's political empowerment, right? And safety and rights, combat violence, legal protection, self-defense training, and online bullying. Nowadays online bullying has started, and workplace harassment and domestic violence. I have seen that women and girls are not safe anywhere in the world. You go to street, you are not safe. If you are not physically empowered, and if you do not know very hard judo, karate, right, or boxing, then you are unsafe. If women and girls are unsafe at home, on road, at office, in workplace, in a factory, everywhere, even in the parliament, even in parliament also, even in courthouse also, women are not safe. So women should learn physical empowerment, that is judo, karate or boxing, so that they can be like Laila Ali or like Bruce Lee, so that they can protect, they can Laila Ali means daughter of Muhammad Ali, and Bruce Lee, so that they can fight against women. Otherwise you cannot survive. With these, I would like to, these are the things normally I had to say, and yes, I have taken too much time, and ultimately finally I will say that change of mindset, there is no outward force that can empower you. That is why I say, if you want to become empowered, then you should change your mindset. Without changing your mindset, no outward agency can give you or make you empowered. Okay, so self-empowerment is necessary. Women must lead their own transformation through positive self-identity and confidence. A confidence building is also necessary. Then collective action, governments, NGOs, women, and other women's organizations and communities must work together. And then strategic investment, like this, strategic investment, catalytic investments in reducing poverty, improving health, education, and climate are necessary. And if we work together, if we work shoulder to shoulder, if we really think that we should give power, or we should empower our daughters, we should empower our fellow colleagues, if we want to empower or think positive about empowerment of women, definitely the number will be reduced of gender disparity. I hope that all the people, all the stakeholders should come forward and they take affirmative action to end women's disempowerment, to finish women's disempowerment, so that women and girls can enjoy empowerment socially, politically, economically, and physically. With this, I would like to conclude here.